Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining our webinar today. We're really happy to have you all on board. My name is Hetal Patel, and I am the portfolio marketing lead for all the construction events at Media 10. Today, I've got with me, I've got Kajal and I've got Mary. Kajal's going to talk you through your exhibitor portal on the ASP website, and she's going to talk to you about how to access your manual. I also wanted to let you know that we've got a new customer success person. Her name's Mary. She'll say hello to you today so that you can put a face to a name. And she's there to answer all your queries, to help you, and to just guide you through this whole process. We're well aware that the event is in 8 weeks' time. So, we haven't got much time, and Mary's well aware as well. So anything you need from Mary, she'll be available for you. So once you are set up and you've got your logins and stuff, if you don't have them, you can also get in touch with us in the chat here. I'll put Mary's email address so you can email her and let her know if you haven't got your logins yet, and she'll sort that out for you. But once you've logged in, please update your profiles. In the next couple of weeks, we're going to be promoting all our exhibitors to our visitors and potential visitors, letting them know who they can expect to see when they come to the show in September. So it'll be great if your profiles are populated by then. We'll also give you your assets. You'll get email signature banners from us in the next week or so, and you'll also get social media assets where you've got your logo and your stand number, and you can use that on social media to let people know that you're attending. Hopefully next week we will be able to give you access to register your stand personnel, and also access your registration, your bespoke registration link. By using that link, you'll be able to see who's registering because they've seen your promotion and they want to come and visit you, and you can get in touch with them beforehand. But we'll do a whole nother session on your lead capture, your bespoke registration link, and how to register your stand personnel, and how they can get their Visit Connect scanning app. That kind of nicely moves me on to lead capture. I wanted to talk to you guys about that as well. So we've got two lead capture devices. One is called Visit Connect, and that is a scanning app. So you will, once stand personnel are registered, everybody will get a link to Visit Connect, and they can download this app. On this app, they will have the scanner, so they can scan badges. You can also add questions there, so your staff can ask certain questions that you may want the answers to. They can ask these questions, scan the app, and these are your hot leads. Then we've got another device which is called Touchpoint or Smart Badge Reader, whichever you want to call it. Every exhibitor will get one of these. It's a little device, sits on a backing card, and you'll be given this either the day before the event or the morning of the event. This just sits on your stand. It's you can think of it as a virtual bag for your visitors. So visitors are educated as they come through the door that their badge is actually a smart badge, and they can tap this badge on all these readers as they navigate the show floor. And what will happen is they can then log into Visit Discover, and they can see everywhere that they've tapped their badge. And that's going to link directly to your profile. So please make sure all your products and information are on your profile, because that's what they're going to see. You can even upload brochures. So if you've got product brochure, you can upload that as well to your profile, and they'll get your brochure, for example. But the really good thing about this is you will also get all of these leads. So these could be passive leads. This could be people that you haven't spoken to, people that are just walking past your stand but are interested and have tapped their badge. So you get your leads from your scanner, but you also get your leads from your touch point. I can go into a bit more detail about this in our next session that we have, and show you around the visit portal, and you'll be able to see where you can access all this information. In the meantime, if you've got any more questions, you can ask Mary. We also have an already exhibiting page on the website. So, you know, information about this device, which is called our lead capture, that's all on the already exhibiting webpage on the website. And there's some other information there as well. You'll also hear from Molly. Molly is our operations manager. From time to time, you'll hear from Molly as well, and her details are all in the manual. So today, Kajal is going to go through the portal with you. If you've got any questions, please use the questions tab here, and we'll do a Q&A session after the tutorial. I'll put Mary's email address in the chat here, and afterwards I've got a bit of a poll. It'll be really good if you can complete that poll for me, and then we can at least see what kind of information you want us to present next time. So let me introduce Kajal.
Hi everybody, so I'm Kajal, and this is Mary just on my side. Yeah, before I move on to sort of our exhibitor portal, I'll just wanted to hand it over to Mary so she can introduce herself very quickly.
Thank you, Kajal. Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing well. So my name's Mary Oyediran. I'm here to assist you all with regards to your exhibition stands, making sure that you have the best experience as possible. Just essentially holding your hand throughout the journey, and making sure that while you are exhibiting with us, everything is going according to plan. So yeah, I'm here, happy to help you. Just drop me an email, a message, and essentially, yeah, I'll be able to assist you all. Great.
Okay, so I'm just gonna share my screen now, and I will take you guys through the ASP Ezone that we've got. Just bear with me just 1 second. Sorry, bear with me just 1 second. Just having a little bit of issue with sharing my screen. Okay, so I should be able to open that up. Just give me 1 second. Sorry about this, everyone. What's a webinar without some technical difficulties? Right, let's try it this way. Gosh. Let's see. There we go. Right, I'm hoping everybody can see my screen now. It should be the UKCW login page. Yep, it should be. Okay, right, so I'm just going to log in here. Gosh, lost my setting now. Oh gosh, sorry about this, everyone. I'm just going to stop sharing for just 1 second. Just trying to get this sorted out.
Hi everyone. Whilst Kajal sorts out some technical issues, I just wanted to also let just let you know that Mary will be getting in touch. So if you've got other people in your team that should get our emails and our correspondence, we understand that it might not be you. You might have a marketing team, or somebody else that should be receiving this. Please let her know, and we'll make sure that you're looped into the emails unless you don't want to be. And we'll make sure that these people, your marketing team or your other team, get all the information that they need. Also, we'll make sure that we communicate, not every week because we don't want to bombard you, although maybe closer to the time it might be a little bit, we might email you a few more times with information that you need, but just look out for the emails from Mary and park them to one side, so that you don't miss out on anything. Something else that I wanted to say is fake vendors. You might get some emails from people saying that they've got the UKCW guest list or visitor list, and do you want to purchase it? Please do not engage with them. They are fake. We don't sell our visitor list to anybody, so don't, please ignore them, or and let me know. Actually, it'd be good for me to see who they are, and hopefully we can approach them and put a stop to it. Kajal, are you ready? I'm just going to add Mary's email address here, so that you can email her with your queries. Let's have a look if there's any questions. There's a question here from Stephanie. You're bringing a van. What days load in? Stephanie, I will get operations team to come back to you on that. I know that there is a link there's a link in the manual, and you can follow that link and book your time slot in. But from what I remember, the time slot opens 1 or 2 weeks before the show. But in your manual, there is information about loading. So you'll be able to get that there. Whilst we're waiting for Kajal, if anyone's got any other questions, if you want to put them into this chat, I'm happy to try and answer them. You're back.
So sorry about that, everyone. So sorry about that. There was just a slight mishap, but all up and running now. Hoping everyone can see my screen now. So let's just get cracking with everything that's on here. So some of you may have already logged in, and this is the front page that you'll be greeted with. This is basically everything that we've shown on our front end. So anything that you want, any potential visitors, anything that you need showcasing, this is where you upload everything. So essentially, you have your basic information about the show, about what's happening, where it is, all the sort of basic information that you need. I'll come onto the exhibitor manual as the last call, as I need to go through the sort of operational side of things. So before I do that, I'll go through all the other sort of tabs within our Ezone. So I'll add contact. So this, again, just going off of what Hetal said as well, this is if you have more than one person that needs any of the emails that we send out, any sort of updates that need to be made to your online profile, you can have more than one person on your team. So I know all of our signed on exhibitors have a main point of contact, and I know a few of you have come back and said, do you mind adding, someone from the marketing team or someone from our ops team, just so that they can also access the Ezone. So here is where you'll be able to do that. And again, it's very basic information. You just need to add their name, their email address, and their job title. And that's all that is needed for them to be added. Your task list is, again, this is where all your tasks will come up, which I strongly urge you all to fill out. Again, this really just is your main source of showcasing what your company does. So although it may seem a bit tedious to add everything in, I really, really would implore adding everything you possibly can just to maximize your presence at the show. So here you'll have your complete your profile, social accounts, press releases, products, and videos. Although some people may have, you may not have all of the things listed here, but whatever you can do, I'd always say like the more the merrier. So you have your option to do that. So just for example, if we go on to uploading press releases, here is where you can add any sort of news or press releases that you have that you think is relevant for your presence at the show. Simply enough, you click on this add new item and you can then upload a copy directly into ASP itself. You can choose images and things, whatever you have that is supporting this, but again, very simply enough, you can add that in straight into your description here. Going into products, because again, these are just slightly different. This will be an actual file that you'd have to upload. So if we go into products, and we can add a new item. In here, again, you'd write your list, your name of your product, whatever that is. I would suggest using a featured image as well, so that people can put a picture to the product. And again, a short description of what the product does. And again, I would say if this is something that you are bringing to the show and showcasing at the show, adding a line about, visit us on stand, whatever your stand is, as this will be displayed there. It's just another way to engage your visitors when they go on your profile, which is a great feature to have. Again, videos work in the same way. If you prefer that you have like a product video that you're showcasing, you can upload it into your videos there. Again, if you have maybe testimonials or if you have a message from, say, a director or anything like that, this is also a great way to upload as well. Moving on to my profile. So my profile is essentially everything that is on the front end. So when we do eventually make our exhibitor list live, this is what shows up on the page. So again, your company name, this is not the company name, again, where some of you may have parent companies, this will be your exhibiting name. So if you are exhibiting under a different name, please use your exhibiting name here rather than your parent company. Your logo, again, if anything, if I had to say, if you're going to do one thing on your profile here, please upload your logo. This is what shows up in our massive exhibitor list. And again, it's just good recognition. Your profile, website URL, quite self-explanatory. I, again, would use a short description of your online profile here, what your company does. If you are, if you want to say we're at stand so-and-so, having any sort of information that's going to just boost your sort of visibility at the show is, ideal in this situation. Social media, again, that is up to individual companies. I would again urge you to add in any sorts of platforms that you have included here. It's a really great way to engage your visitors, especially leading up to the show. If you're announcing, sneak peeks or anything like that, it'd be a good way to get them on board. Moving on to messages, this is where mainly so if we as organisers need to send, a message out, whether it's, please upload this information. If I can see that you've not done your profile, if you've not uploaded your logo, I would be able to sort of, myself or Mary would be able to send you a message just to give you a prompt to say, you haven't uploaded it so far, please could you complete your profile. And the last thing on this list before I move on to the manual, there's just a quick sort of link to your products, videos and press releases here, which I showed you earlier in your task list, but if you wanted to go directly to them, this is where you can find it. Once you have uploaded all your content that you would like to share, before we go live with our big exhibitor list, you'd be able to click on View Profile on Site, Obviously right now we've not added anything in here, but all your information would be here, and your contact exhibitor button is optional, so we can take that on or off if you don't want people or visitors emailing you or contacting you beforehand. That's just a choice that you make when you log in for the first time. Okay, so I am now going to move on to the exhibitor manual, as this is more the operations side of things. Again, as Hetal mentioned, this is where Molly would be involved. She is your main operations manager for the Birmingham show. So let me just move on to that information on there. So whilst that's just loading, I'm just going to see if there's questions here. And let me have a look. Oh, so Alan, you said I checked that email address, nothing received. Is this from for your login? I know that people have been struggling to get the email across because it does end up in your junk or your spam, or it's been blocked by IT because it's coming from a no reply. Alan, I'll get in touch with you, or myself or Mary will get in touch with you, because what we'll do, we'll just try and send it back through so that it can come through again. Umer, if you're exhibiting 2 brands in the same booth. In terms of your Ezone, we can set you up separately under the same stand, but that would mean for you that you'd have 2 separate logins, which again, that's to the discretion of you, whether you want to use 2 separate logins and then have them both showing up under the same stand, or if you sort of conjoin the 2 and have them both on one Ezone portal. Again, that's up to you, which way you'd prefer to do. If you'd like to be set up with a new sort of brand, then we can do that. Billy, is it possible to add an option to include a link? Yeah, there is. So where LinkedIn and other social channels aren't available on ASP as part of their options, what I would suggest is in your online profile is to add a sort of link to any other social platforms that you use. That would be the workaround towards that. Let me just also just check on the sharing situation. Okay, so I'm just gonna go back to the questions. This is okay, so let's just have a look at this. Okay, so where are we at? I'm going to answer the rest of the questions just shortly after this. So let me just move on to the operational stuff. The PowerPoint doesn't seem to be working, so I'm just going to run through quickly, but I will summarize and we can send out an email after this. So in terms of what is happening in terms of ops, Molly will be in contact with a lot of the stand build and all that sort of thing. So let me just go through what she has done for me so far. So your manual, which is part of the tab on your Ezone, this is basically your go-to for all the operational information. So your stand building, your logistics in terms of when you're bringing vans or cars, your parking, anything like that, this is where you'll find all your information. This is also where you'll find all your notes of deadlines, when you need to complete your orders for your lighting, electrics, any additional things that you need at your stand itself, this is where you'll be able to order. In the web shop, you'll be able to find all of this information. So we call them your stand extras. So this is where everything will show up. So when you log in to your Ezone, which is where I showed you, you'll have a direct link through to your exhibitor manual, which again, some of you have already gone, you've already explored that. So that's where it's quite simple. You can sign on quite easily through there. In terms of your voyage control, which you may have seen, this is for access to your loading bays. So this is when on build-up days, this is where you'll need to book in time slots in order to offload any equipment, any sort of things that you need on your stand. But this is all done through voyage control, which is on your manual. Going on to timetable for build-up, breakdown, that sort of thing. So for build-up or for space only, we start on Saturday the 26th of September. So build-up for space onlys run from Saturday through to Monday. So there are 3 days for build-up. For shell schemes, this starts on the 27th of September through to the 28th. And I will share with you the timings for each of those. But again, this is all available on your exhibitor manual in the timetable tab. As you already know, the show is open from the 29th to the 1st. And then breakdown will commence from the 1st to the 2nd. Again, timings, exact timings are all in your timetable, but again, I can share this out with you guys after this call. Moving on, if your stand does require, a large sort of exhibit, whether that's, we've had quite big lorries come in, trucks, or quite big equipment, it'd be better if you got in touch with Molly or Event Create so that they know of this and they can make the certain arrangements that need to be done. If we leave it too late, it'd be harder when things are booked in and it's harder for you guys to get access to that. So if your stand does include a large sort of exhibit, please make sure you get in touch with Molly as she'll be able to help you out with that. Rigging is not allowed above shell scheme stands. It's only for space onlys, and plans also need to be sent for approval to Molly directly. Again, all this stuff is in your manual, but in case you weren't aware, rigging is only available for space onlys. For waste, during build up and breakdown, all sort of materials that you're not using need to be removed from the hall, and that is the responsibility of your stand builders to remove waste as and when it's there. If you do require additional sort of cleaning services, then you'll need to get in contact with the NEC, which again, details for that are on the manual. If you do require a substantial waste offload, they do offer that service at an additional cost. In terms of on-site, everyone will need to wear high-vis and appropriate footwear during build-up. We suggest wearing steel-toed boots or trainers if you have them. No open-toe shoes will be allowed on-site. For build-up and breakdown, any exhibitor or contractor needs to make sure that they've completed the site induction document, which again is part of one of the tabs on the exhibitor manual. If there is anyone on the wider team that needs to be there during build-up, they will also need to complete the site induction form. I know that was a lot of information, but that was essentially everything. I can see there's a fair few questions coming in with that. So what I can do now is I will obviously share all of this information. Mary will share this with you as well. But I guess we can open it up to questions and we can see where we're at with everything.
Thanks, Kad. Yeah, some of the questions I've answered already within there. But yeah, let's have a look. Requested logins with casual, it'll be myself. Yeah, if anyone that's requesting a login, we'll keep we've got the chat here, so we'll make sure that we send them across. Please put the email addresses of anyone that needs the logins, and then we can do that straight after this webinar. Stephanie, we can book the load in. We can book the load in.
Yeah, so you can book that in straight away. Again, that's through your exhibitor manual. So when you go into your Ezone, when clicking on the exhibitor manual tab, if you click through, you'll be able to book in through voyage control, and you'll be given like a sort of a selection of days and times where you'll be able to log in, book your time in. Sorry.
Yu Kwang, apologies if I have pronounced this wrong. I know that, so you're asking what's included in your stand or booth. I'll have to look at your stand to see what's included. Is it Thai fiber? I'll have a look, and or Mary will email you after this and tell you exactly what's included.
So Umair, I can see that you've said that it's Unicube and Alubond. So as Hector mentioned, we will have a look at what we can do and how we can showcase both at the thing under one Ezone. So what we'll do, we'll get in touch with you after this semester so that we can sort out exactly how you need to be shown on the floor plan and on the website.
And it also kind of depends on what stand you have, which is I'm trying to have a look at now. If you've got a space only, you can have both branding all over your stand because it's your design. If it's a shell scheme, you know, if you want both names on your name board, you could have that too. And on your profile, I guess you could, I mean, you can do what you like with your profile. You can create a logo with both brands, upload that. You know, you can section out your profile so that you have a profile for Unicube and a profile for Alibond. But yeah, look, we're happy to have a call with you separately and go through that. And yeah, and I'm just trying to find your stand, so I haven't had a chance to do that.
Space only, so yeah, as
okay.
said, we can make that work.
Yeah, it's your design, so you can do what you want with that, and you can put both products and information on the same profile.
So you Kwong again, sorry if we're mispronouncing your name. So in order to get the exhibitor badges, as Hetal mentioned earlier on, we're just finalising the last few details with Visit, which is where you'll be able to add your team members and access their exhibitor badges. That should be live in the next couple of days. So we'll be sending out more comms about that, and that'll be included in our next sort of catch-up call with everyone on how to actually add people to your team and get those exhibitor badges out. And just checking anything else.
Yeah, me too.
We have a 40 minutes since.
Booth.
Maybe it would be for the best if we have a separate call, just so that we can iron out all the details, and I'll make sure that Dale is also in there as he's your account manager as well. So maybe it's probably best that we have a call outside of this so that we can iron out.
Molly. I think Molly, yeah. We'll introduce you to Molly. She'll be the person that can help you.
Yeah, I think that will probably be for the best. Sorry, Sabrina, I think this was, I just saw your message now. Sorry, Hetal, did you answer that one already?
Yeah, she's given us the other people that she wants to give login details to. So yeah, we can sort that out.
Yeah, Sabrina, I think maybe it's just not come through. I did try to add you both onto there, but I'll send it through again.
And in the chat, I've just put a message in the chat I've put the email address that your logins will come from. So it won't be from UK Construction Week or from myself or CAD. It will be from this mailbox reply show off. kind of email address. So I've put the email address in the chat so that you can easily identify it in your inbox or your spam folder.
Yeah. Are there any more questions?
Sorry, I just wanted to add, I've also put Mary's email address there. So after this, if you've got any other queries, you know, you've got Mary's email address. So please go directly to Mary, and we'll come back to you with everyone that we've said that we'll follow up with. But yeah, if you've got any more questions, please pop them in here.
Yeah, and I apologise for the technical difficulties, but you know, always happens when you don't expect it. Okay, if there are no more questions, we, like Ketel said, we're all available. Mary will be available to answer any other questions that you have. And yeah,
thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you. And yeah, we'll be.
I've got a poll actually.
Yeah.
Please can you fill out this poll? Take a couple of minutes, so that we can kind of tailor our upcoming webinars. We want to do another one maybe in a couple of weeks' time where we talk to you about visit, your stand personnel, how they can get their scanning devices, how you can get your registration links, things like that. But yeah, let us know what else you want to know, what will be useful for you, and we'll incorporate that either into the next webinar, or we'll have another one in a couple of weeks' time where we can address those things. Great, thank you. Thank you so much, guys. Yeah, we're all looking forward to working with you and seeing you in 8 weeks' time, around the corner.
Not far now. But yeah, thank you everyone, and I'm sure we'll all be in touch very soon.
Yeah. 100% voted. Brilliant. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, everyone.